Look at this question. Places A and B are 160 kilometers apart on a highway. One car starts from A and another car starts from B at the same time. Okay. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, here one car starts from A and the other car starts from B. So I'm going to represent this in a diagram. So A and B, and they're not moving towards each other, because it is mentioned that the cars travel in the same direction, which means A moves in a particular direction, B also moves in the same direction as A, and they meet in 4 hours. So which means this car from point B has traveled a particular distance, and A has traveled all this distance, the whole of this distance in 4 hours. So I'm going to write it this way. In 4 hours, the cars from point A and point B, they meet, which means in 4 hours, the car at point A, it has traveled a distance of AC, and the car from point B, it has traveled a distance of just BC. And we already know what is AB, because it is given that the places are 160 kilometers apart. So this distance AC, we can write this as 160 plus some x. I'm going to take this as x. This distance BC, I'm going to take this as x. Okay, so BC is equal to x. Now we need to understand that the time taken is constant for both these cars. Okay, so I'm going to compare the speeds of the two cars. Here, there are two information given. One is they move in the same direction and they meet in 4 hours. The other information is they travel towards each other. Okay, unlike in the first case, now they travel towards each other. They meet in less time, which is 1 hour and 36 minutes. So here, the same A to B, the other cases, the car starts from A, the other car starts from B. The only difference is they both meet at a point in between A and B and in less time. That is because they both are traveling towards each other this time, and they meet in 1 hour and 36 minutes. We need to compare the two speeds. Let's assume that the speed of car A is x. I mean, the car that started at A, let the speed be x kilometer per hour, and the car that started from point B, let that speed be y kilometer per hour. Now, since the time taken is constant in the first case, that is 4 hours for both these cars, I'm going to compare the distance as per the distance formula is equal to speed times time. So the distance traveled by the car from point A, so that is AC, that is equal to, that we have taken the speed of that car, we have taken it as x into 4. So AC is equal to x into 4. The distance BC is equal to, I think it should have been x into 4, which is equal to, I can equate this 160 plus x. 160 plus x. I think there are mismatching, I mean, there are two x's I've taken. So maybe I'll change this to something like D. I'll change this to D because we cannot have two x's, right? I'm going to change this to D. And this one is also going to change to D. This one is also going to change to D. Okay. I hope you are understanding this point. So x into 4 is equal to 160 plus D. So the speed, I'm retaining it as x. The speed of car B is y. And then I've changed the initial BC distance to B, not x, but D. Okay. Here, the distance BC is equal to, as per this speed time formula, it has to be y times of, Here, it is the same time taken. So y into 4 is equal to d this time. So now if we subtract these two equations, we get an equation in terms of just x and y. So we'll subtract these two equations. It becomes what? 4x minus 4y is equal to d and d get cancelled. It becomes 160. This is the first equation. Now we'll move on to the other case where they both meet in lesser time, which is 1 hour and 36 minutes. Here, this whole distance is 160 kilometers. Now I'm going to take the distance traveled from point A. Let's keep this as some other point capital D. Okay. So the distance of the car traveling from point A to point D, that is going to be some distance. And as per the speed into time formula, so that will be what? X into the time taken is what? 1 hour and 36 minutes. X into 1 hour 36 minutes. So I'm going to convert it into X into 1 hour 36 can be written as what? 136 by 60. If we convert it into fraction, it becomes 96 by 60. So X times of 96 by 60, if you simplify it, it becomes 8 divided by, or rather 96 by 60, right? We can cancel using 12. It becomes 8 by 5. Yeah, 8 by 5. Now the distance of the car from point B to point D, so that is equal to, here the speed of that car was y and it takes the same 8 by 5 hours. So remember, this is in hours, this is also in hours, so y into 8 by 5. So if you add these two distances, here A to D distance is x into 8 by 5, y into 8 by 5, that is distance of B to D. If you add AD plus BD, that is equal to 160 kilometers. So AD is what? 8 by 5 times of x plus what is BD? That's 8 by 5 times of y. That is equal to 160. Maybe we could have simplified the earlier equation. I'm just recognizing it. So x minus y, we could have kept it as 40. I'm dividing the whole equation by 4. So this becomes the first equation. Now on to this equation, we can take 8 by 5 common out. It becomes 8 by 5 times of x plus y, which is equal to 160. And x plus y is equal to 5 over 8 times of 160. So if you calculate, it becomes x plus y is equal to that would be what? 100. So x plus y is 100, x minus y, this would be the second equation. X plus y is equal to 100, x minus y is equal to 40. If you add these two equations and eliminate y variable, you will get x is equal to 70 and y is equal to 30. So you can write that the speed of the first car is 70 kilometer per hour. And the speed of the car from maybe this is point A car, and the second car which started at point B, that car is 30 kilometer per hour. I hope you understood this question.